Our time on Ravnica is coming to an end. The War of the Spark has happened, and to mourn those we've lost, we all know what we must do. Draft pictures of the events taken by the frontline documentarians at Wizards of the Coast. I don't make the rules, it's one of the things we just have to do. But if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it the best we possibly can. For them, of course. Now, War of the Spark, I'm gonna say, is far more difficult to draft than the previous two sets. And in case you've been like Soren and trapped in a rock for a really long time, we got Planeswalkers for days in this set. It supports all 10 dual color pairings, and there's a lot of distractions. Ooh, kitty. There's a lot of cards that can cause you to tunnel vision and be led astray. 2 kitties? Okay, let's get into it. Distractions aside, the gold cards and the Planeswalkers are where we can look to find what each color pairing is trying to do. Conveniently enough, it is all fairly consistent with the guild strategies we have seen, starting with blue-white. Here we can go aggro or control, but our game plan is unsurprising. Win with creatures that fly. Plus we can even build in some proliferate shenanigans. Dovin is really annoying for our opponent to deal with and slows the game down. Our other Planeswalkers help us dig for the cards that allow us to counter or remove our opponent's stuff, and Teferi is still pretty obnoxious. White and black hopes to get value with lots of utility, like those that gain us life and drain our opponents, and some amass and proliferate build-arounds. We have a lot of removal at our disposal, and some of the best rares in the set are in black. Kaya is also happy to just remove every creature that tries to get in our way, and shows us why she is one of the best uncommon planeswalkers in the set. White and red is everyone's favorite aggro strategy: play creatures, attack, use combat tricks to make your stuff bigger than theirs, the quintessential turn stuff sideways early and often type of strategy. Nahiri gets real mad when your opponent thinks about doing the same thing though, so good thing she's on our side. Then we have white and green. As is tradition, we go wide, hope to put counters on everything, and then proliferate with every other card in our deck. If you have a decent board state and you play, I don't know, Johnny, congrats on your win, because there's so much synergy between these two colors that you can really apply a crazy amount of pressure once you start getting counters on things, and then proliferate until your opponent finally flips the table and concedes. Blue-black focuses the most on utilizing the new mechanic Amass. We have removal and spells and creatures that all mess with our opponent's plans, while letting us amass a bigger and bigger army or fly over for the win. And we can play the most annoying uncommon planeswalker, which is Ashiok, to mill our opponents to death. Go away, Jace. Just kidding, please come back. To us, not to our opponent. Blue-red is all about spells matter. We have creatures that get bigger or help us scry or sacrifice themselves to let us keep casting spells. Meanwhile, our planeswalkers help us gum up the board and do lots of damage, and if we don't counter a creature or planeswalker, we should be able to burn up whatever tries to get in our way and make use of the synergy between everything we're doing to get ahead on board. Blue-green, we go tall. We can curve out well, we can ramp, we can then proliferate to make our stuff way bigger than anything our opponent can hope to burn out with direct damage. Kiora helps us play big stuff, so you can play more big stuff, and then all of our proliferate cards can help us make it even bigger. I think this sounds like a really fun time, at least for us. Now black-red has an embarrassing amount of removal for our opponent and allows us to remove our own stuff with the sacrifice synergies, so we can keep applying pressure on the board early and often. We can be aggro, but still have plenty of options to lean into for the mid and late game bombs, coupled with some amassing goodness. Angrath is also really nice, giving all of our creatures menace and furthering our massive army's agenda. Seriously, Angrath is great. Thank you, Minotaur Man. Black-green just has fancy gold cards apparently, since Wizards says this combo is defined as multicolored. They're not wrong though. No, this is probably the least straightforward color combo because the point isn't to stay in the black-green lane. The point is to lean on these colors for what they do best, black for removal, but then green for color fixing. That allows us to go really multicolored and be able to splash in every awesome bomb that gets passed to us. Like other planeswalkers, other big creatures, Vraska is also one of the most annoying uncommon planeswalkers to deal with. She makes constant death touch assassins. Really? Seems kinda good. Okay, last but not least, we have green-red. We just want to fight their creatures with our much bigger, buffed up, all-natural, totally organic, locally sourced Hulk Smashers. Domri, RIP, helps us win fights, even if he couldn't. Makes me a little sad. And then Samit makes sure we don't have to waste time dilly-dallying with summoning sickness. We can burn their stuff, buff our creatures, and smash everything on the board. What's not to like? Now we get what each color wants to do, right? Maybe, but we want to know where they're ranked at. So let's build our way up to that tier 1 level, starting in tier 3 I have Boros, Orzhov, and on the line, Gruul, because I find these to be the most aggressive decks that often need to gain and keep control of the board early, but without good draws, they can easily be stabilized against with early blockers and removal from our opponent. Then if the board gets stalled, these will have the hardest time pushing through for the win. My tier 2 guilds, I have Azorius, Rakdos, Simic, and Selesnya. Because of their ability to stabilize against early aggression and a lot of their early plays scale better into the mid and late game, this format can also be quite swingy, and these guilds I've seen just have crazy turns. Like, I don't even get mad when someone goes off with green-white and they have 6 creatures with 18 1/1 counters on them and they flip a land turn 5 to be a 9/9. More often than not, these are strong options. But the strongest options are tier 1 decks. The ones I'm always happy to be drafting are Dimir, Izzet, and Golgari multicolor craziness. These all just synergize so well together, and their ability to be flexible with whatever our opponent's trying to do, I think pushes them over the top into a clear tier 1 ranking. I think the strongest colors in draft are blue and black, followed by red and then white. Green is the one I've gone back and forth on the most. In the black-green Golgari multicolor craziness deck, it feels great. In green-white, it feels very strong as well. But red-green and blue-green, it feels kind of meh. Except for Mowu. Mowu is the goodest boy, always play Mowu. Rule of thumb should be to aim for playing 2 colors, but if I open up a weak pack or if no bombs are passed to me early on, instead of picking average spells, I focus on mana fixing and removal. That way I can stay open, so when I do get passed or open up bombs later on in the draft, I'm ready for them and can build the best deck for the seat I'm in. Or if you're on Arena, just cross your fingers and hope the bots pass you all of the great cards. Best of luck there. Now my mindset when I get into the game is I often want to be on the board by turn 2 or 3 at the latest, because if I have a planeswalker, I want to be able to protect it or be able to pressure my opponent's planeswalkers. And then some of my favorite card combos are Command the Dreadhorde and the Wanderer, because the Wanderer, she prevents all of the damage you would take from Command the Dreadhorde. You gotta keep in mind she prevents all non-combat damage, whether it's self-inflicted or not. Challenger Troll paired with Angrath makes our biggest threats unblockable and is a great way to just get your opponent to concede. And a way to get someone into table flip mode is put Kasmina's Transmutation on their god creature and watch them realize it also removes the recursion ability, so it just goes straight to the graveyard when they chump block something with it. Are there any card combos that you have found that have helped you do well in a draft? From what I've seen, this set has a lot of people in the love it or hate it camp. And I think it comes down to finding that comfort level with understanding how to get that early game presence, but then also being able to adapt into that late game with how swingy the bombs are. As you play a bit more, keep looking and thinking about each card you play, and is it impacting the board and the game as much as you hoped? Or if a card makes you stop and think, wow, that was way more impactful than I was thinking, or oh no, I really need to have a game plan for this next time. It's really good to take that step back and just evaluate your play, your deck building, your drafting, from as an objective a standpoint as you can put yourself in. When you start to better understand what cards work when, you're going to have that better feel for what fits your game plan, and that inevitably is going to raise your win percentage. So don't get discouraged. Even if you get into a slump, every player gets into a slump. You will definitely get out of it. Just keep trying to take that step back, reflect, what can I do better next time? Okay, don't play when you're tilted. This set has the potential to be a lot of fun. You can do a lot of fun things with it. I hope this guide helped you. I think I'm just going to cut it off there because I could ramble on about this into eternity. Best of luck in your drafts. Let me know if there's any cool card combos that you've been finding that work really well, how your drafts have been going. If you have any questions, happy to help. Thank you all so much. And I have to give a shout out to another patron, The Dark Side of Magic. I'm going to put his channel in the description below, but dude, thank you so much for your support. Really means a lot. Everyone, go check out his channel. If you like Magic videos, especially around product openings, opening mail time, and just all the awesome new products that are coming out from Wizards, definitely check out his channel. Again, just thank you so much, dude. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Wait. Okay, hold on. Ravnica Allegiance. I think those cards were the best smelling cards in a decade. I'm gonna try War of the Spark real quick. You get some undertones, some overtones. There's some toned tones there. War of the Spark. I don't think it smells as good as Ravnica Allegiance, though. I don't know. Gideon's Triumph is not in the card smell department, okay? But it's a strong contender. What am I doing? Okay. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video.